Hi, my name is Nick Bell from Rent, and this is a presentation intended to give an overview and an understanding of homes, fitness for human habitation. So if we begin with a little bit of background and history to this legislation, it's always been a requirement that landlords should provide safe accommodation for their tenants. It's always been the role of the local authority to police this and to ensure that landlords are adhering to this. The inherent problem with this has always been that all enforcement action has been required to be taken by the local authority, whereas any fines imposed by the enforcement action has been received by central government. So there has been very little incentive for local authorities to carry out any enforcement action. So if we move on to start to look at the legislation, Heather Wheeler, who is MP for South Derbyshire, previously Minister for Homelessness, recognised the inherent problem with enforcement action by local authorities and wanted to empower tenants to be able to take their own enforcement action. And that's effectively what Homes Fitness for Human Habitation does. It maintains the requirement for landlords to ensure that the property that they provide is safe for people to live in. It now obligates them that requirement under this piece of legislation. Under the Housing Health and Safety Rating System, ultimately tenants can take their own enforcement action and claim rent back that's been paid for unsafe property. Hopefully by now you're starting to ask yourself, how on earth do I ensure that my accommodation is safe for my tenants? Well, we use a system called HSRS, which stands for the Housing Health and Safety Rating System, and this consists of 29 known hazards in the home. Assessment is carried out at the property and is specific to the ages of the occupiers. So you will see a very different report for somebody over the age of 60 or 65 as opposed to someone who has children under the age of 5. So each report is specific to each tenancy. So our final slide is intended to answer the question, how do we protect our landlords and also their tenants? So obviously we initially carry out a HSRS assessment at the start of each new tenancy. From this we draw up a detailed report that will include any remedial or recommendations that are required. Most common things are window restrictors where there are small children, grab handles on baths for people over the age of 60 or 65. Once that report is drawn up and any remedial works are carried out, any remedial works that are carried out will be logged in the FHH report. Copy of the FHH report is given to the tenants at the start of each tenancy, and they're asked to sign to acknowledge receipt of that. They're given the opportunity to comment and to make any changes once they're moved into the property if they disagree with any aspect of that report. Their tenancy agreement also gives them various information about fitness for human habitation and obligates them to notify us as the landlord's agent of any changes that may affect the fitness for human habitation. And then the final thing is, when we carry out an inspection, at each inspection we will ask the tenant to sign a declaration that nothing has changed within the property that will affect the fitness for human habitation within the property or their safety. So I hope you found this presentation helpful. I'm sure it may pose some more questions, and if so, please do not hesitate to give us a call. Our contact details are here on this slide. Thank you very much for watching, and look out for more videos.